Welcome back, everyone, to Onyx's Rambling Reviews and to another installment of This or That. Thank you so much for your coming out for the first one. That's the first video I've put out that's gotten over 100 views, which doesn't sound like a lot, but for me it is. And if you like this format, which I think you guys do, I'm hoping to make more of these. I have one other planned after this, and if they both keep performing well, I will keep putting these out. I also just need the right movies to do the this or that's with, because like a lot of movies come out, but you don't always have like ones that are similar enough or like within the right vibes to like do them with. But I got a couple. And today we have not just 2 movies that we're actually comparing, we have 3. Because it felt weird to talk about 2 and leave the third one out, because they all came out around the same time, maybe like a week or 2 apart, like in total. But we have The Backrooms, or just Backrooms. I think it's just Backrooms. Backrooms, Obsession, and Passenger. Those are 3 big horror. I say the big is more for Passenger. The other 2 are doing great. I definitely think Obsession and Backrooms are better than Passenger. I didn't hate Passenger. Light spoilers ahead. This isn't going to be as heavy as, you know, my normal reviews. But to get into it, I might spoil a little bit of some plot, and I don't mean to, but it's going to help maybe explain something. But let's get it. Out of the 3, most people are giving the most praise to Obsession. Totally understandable. Especially Indy Neverett. I'm not sure how you pronounce her last name. That girl slays in this movie. She deserves a nomination for Best Actress. She's amazing. Like, honestly, I'm so excited to see her in future works. Oh, she was so good. You feel it. Like, Michael Johnston, he's good in this, but I mean, when you're looking at her performance, his is just, it falls flat. And I'm not saying his performance isn't good, but like, hers is just on another level. This movie is gross. I hate what they did with the cat. You guys know I have cats. I love them dearly. The only reason I am mildly okay with it is because we didn't get to know the cat and care for it. It is dead from the minute you see it. What they do with it after that is not okay, but still. No, but Indy, so good. I love this movie. And they have Backrooms. Also, both of these put out by people who were on YouTube, are on YouTube, and also Obsession, their budget was less than like $1 million. My guys, you have something special here. And I'm really hoping that they don't screw it up with their next movie, because it's very possibly like, we did it, and then kind of try to roll with similar vibes and then fall flat. And I don't think they will, but you never know. But moving on to Backrooms. This started somewhere on the internet. I'm not sure where. I've heard of the Backrooms. Liminal spaces are a thing that I think some people are afraid of. I'm not afraid of liminal spaces. I'm just like, put some shit in here. My problem with empty spaces, I'm just like, why'd you leave it empty? Now, it's one thing if like a place is getting abandoned, and I have been in some malls that feel like liminal spaces. Those are creepy, because it's the malls that aren't completely liminal spaces, but they have bits that are, and it's just like, why? But overall, liminal spaces don't super bother me. And I loved the ending of this movie, because it really makes you wonder how much of the movie was real, what all of it's real, who's real. It's a wild time. But also, I really wish they had explored more of the Backrooms, that we had seen more of it. I think that is its downfall, is we didn't see as much of the Backrooms as I would wish we had. And I think that, yes, we would have boosted the runtime more, but I think it would have helped. I think eliminating some of like our main characters, let's see, what's his name? Clark. Eliminating more of Clark's personal life segments from the film and adding in more of him exploring the Backrooms, like discovering, like I'd love to see him actually mapping out the space. We see that he has mapped out the space, but we don't see him mapping out, and I think that is where they lost us. We didn't get to the first scene where it's all like first person, and I think that is Avon Yogia in that scene. Jogia, I do not know how to pronounce his name. I'm horrible at pronouncing names, as you will learn. I love him. I didn't really see this in the movie until I saw his name come up. And like, I didn't see his face anymore. You don't really see his face. That's the thing. He is the first person point of view at the beginning of the movie. And I really like what they did there. That is what I wish we had seen more of, is like, he's running through these places and it changes. It was so well done. And then we just didn't see more of it. And I wanted more of the Backrooms themselves. But we didn't get enough of it. It's still a really good movie, but Obsession's better. I think I finally come to that conclusion that I do like Obsession more. And then let's talk about Passenger, the other horror movie that came out recently. It's not as trash as it could have been. It's nowhere near the level of these other two movies. It feels like a whole bunch of tropes put like meshed together, and like it kind of works. It's really slow in the middle there. It takes a while for it to pick up. The acting's okay. Like, neither of the two main characters really stood out to me. I like the idea behind, what, with The Passenger. I think that's interesting. I'm always down for a good demon movie. Yeah, I do love the Conjuring series. James Wan was James Wan behind this one? Let me check. Okay. James Wan was not helping produce Passenger. He helped produce Backrooms. I knew he was in one of these three. I couldn't... To be fair, Passenger makes sense because the demon kind of gives, like, honestly, definitely kind of gave me nods towards The Nun, kind of in how it looked at the end. But again, it was just a mismatch of horror tropes, and it didn't hit right. It had one or two good jump scares, I guess. Yeah. And if I ever make merch, one of the first things I want to make is I love what the shirt on the front. It's going to say I love watching horror movies, and on the back, from under my blanket, I always have my blanket with me in the theater, no matter what movie it is, because sometimes the theater's just cold. But when there's horror movies, it's there so I can hide behind it, because I hate jump scares, and I hate movies that rely on jump scares. I love movies that build up the tension, and this one does build up the tension to the jump scares. But the problem with it is, it's building up the tension to a jump scare, not to just, oh, that's the scare. It's a different kind of payoff when it's a build up to, like, the camera slowly pans and you see it, but it's built up the tension to it, but it's not just popping into something, versus the camera's panning, you're trying to find the thing, and then suddenly it's right there, it just appears. It's a different kind of tension, and I prefer the other version. I hate a jump scare, man. I hate them, and yet I will continue to watch horror movies. I know, I'm learning what I like in horror, though. I can do a slasher if it's not, like, a gore fest. Those aren't for me. I don't need excessive gore. I like the demons. I like creature features. I like a good slasher, like Jason, because these aren't overly gory, but they're fine. Back to Passenger. I think there were hints, I think, at another level of story where they wanted to go deeper into religion a bit, maybe. I understand when you're going demon, you do bring in the religious aspect, and I respect that. Because for this one, at the beginning, our main dude hangs it's a necklace for the patron saint, Saint Christopher. Okay, the one thing I will give Passenger credit for, the preview trailer that we saw, at least the majority of, I don't know if there was a second trailer, but the one that I mostly saw, you think it would give away a lot of the movie. It is literally just the first act. And then you're met with entirely different characters, and you're just like, oh, they gave away the movie without giving away anything about the movie. Because you're just like, wait, these aren't our main characters, which I appreciate a character shift. And we get that with Backrooms too. We start out with our main character being Clark, but then we switch over about probably halfway through, maybe 2/3 way through, to his therapist being our main character. After Clark kind of goes insane in the Backrooms, which, fair, dude's got a lot of other problems going on for him. Meanwhile, with Obsession, the insanity comes from a demon. It's probably gotta be demon possession there. There's points where Indy, I don't remember her character's name. Nikki. There's points where Nikki's just like, kill me. You can tell that it's not her. She has freak out moments where it's like she's coming back to herself. Don't mess with demons. Don't mess with things that you don't understand fully. I will say what his friend wishes for, his friend Ian, I respect. Just like, I wish for $1 billion. That's what Bear should have wished for. And I know some people have been describing Obsession as sort of a monkey's paw kind of story. And I definitely see where they're coming from. It's not fully a monkey's paw story. It definitely has those aspects. And it was so well executed. It was just Indy's beautiful acting in that. Oh, I'm so excited to see her in future movies. Backrooms, great. The acting is there. nobody stands out. Nobody disappoints. I just wish we'd seen more of the Backrooms. Passenger. It's trying. It's not a bad movie is the thing. It has great potential. It just did not live up to that potential it has. Which is why I must say, out of these three, if you can only watch one, watch Obsession. But if you can only do two, Obsession, Backrooms. If you feel like throwing in Passenger later on at some point, only do this if you can watch it for free, even if there's ads in there. I don't think it's worth paying money for. Obsession though. Yes. Backrooms. Definitely check it out. Loved it. That is my theory. That is not my theories. This isn't film theory. It's an entirely different channel that I will never live up to. No, these are my opinions. My thoughts on these three movies. I am choosing Obsession over Backrooms and Passenger, but I'm also choosing Backrooms over Passenger. It is a 3-tiered scale here. I will figure out how to thumbnail that, which you've already seen, which is good, because future me will figure that out. I don't know what future me is going to do. We'll find out together. My next this or that, I'm going to talk about two different 80s movies. Not 80s movies, but movies based on 80s franchises. Two of which I might have full reviews out for, which is different, because I haven't done a full review for any of these movies yet. Though to be fair, this is only the second this or that I put out. Who knows? Maybe I'll start doing more. I'm enjoying them. But yeah, definitely check out Obsession. If you have time, check out Backrooms. If you got a lonely Friday night and it's free, watch Passenger. Until next time, my friends, stay fabulous. I've been Onyx. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!